All right, good afternoon to everyone. We hope all is in good health. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Azrin and I am from Swinburne University of Technology Sarawak campus. This webinar will only take 30 minutes of your time, so please bear with us, and if you have any questions, do post it in a Q&A box and we will address it during Q&A session. As this is a live event, please pardon my any technical disruption. Joining us today is Dr. Chiu Juan Jing, our discipline leader and senior lecturer for chemical engineering program. Dr. Chiu will be sharing a topic on engineering your career with Swinburne. Also with us today, Mr. Francis, the principal of Regent International School, Sungai Petani, Kedah. Before I pass on this session to Dr. Chiu, it is my pleasure to share some key information about Swinburne. Without further ado, let me share my screen with you. All right. Our mother campus in Melbourne was established in 1908, and the only international branch campus of Swinburne Melbourne is Swinburne Sarawak, established in 2000. Last year, we celebrate our 20th anniversary in Sarawak. Swinburne Sarawak upgraded to university status back in 2004, and it is joined on by Swinburne University Melbourne and our Sarawak government through the Sarawak Foundation. Last year, we collaborate with our Regent International School to deliver a suite of Swinburne's Foundations program in West Malaysia. The Swinburne's program delivered at Regent International School, in this case is Sungai Petani, are foundation studies in business as well as foundation studies in science. Students who have completed the SPMs or any equivalent result and meeting the minimum entry requirement would be eligible to enter our one-year foundations program, either in business or science program. After you have completed your foundation studies in science program, you may pursue your degree studies in Swinburne Sarawak or Swinburne Melbourne for engineering, IT, and science program. In Swinburne, we offer you an affordable world-class Australian education. Our students, after completion of the degree studies, they earn in international Australian certificate, but you paying fee in Ringgit Malaysia. And these are the programs that are available for students who completed their foundation studies with Regent International School and pursue their degree studies with Swinburne Sarawak. We have biotechnology program and we have environmental science program. As for the engineering side, we have civil, chemical, electrical, and electronic, mechanicals, robotics, and mechatronic. We also offer double majors to our students, double degree to our students, which is in civil/business, mechanical and business, robotics and mechatronic, and computer science. We also offer computing studies in information and communication technology. Also computer science in cybersecurity, Internet of Things, software development, data science, and artificial intelligence. For your information, after you complete your foundation 1 year with Regent International School, if you choose to pursue your degree study in engineering, you need to spend another 4 years in Swinburne Sarawak. Our program is recognized by professional bodies such as MDEC, Board of Engineering Malaysia, and many more. Our students would have opportunity to study in our Melbourne campus through the exchange program, or you can transfer to complete your entire degree study in our mother campus in Melbourne. We also provide opportunity to students out there to do the exchange program with our partners university in China, Germany, India, and South Korea. We value our partnership with Regent International School. As such, we come up with a special bursary only for Regent International School students. We offer you up to 20% off the first year degree program after you complete your foundation studies with Regent International Schools. You may proceed to study your degree with Swinburne Sarawak with 20% rebate. and this is open for any students from Regent International School. I guess that's all from me. Thank you, and over to you, Dr. Chiu.
Okay, thanks, Azrin. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can?
Can.
Okay, great. Thanks,
Yes.
Azrin. Thanks again for the introduction. Hello, everyone from Regent International School. Thank you, Mr. Francis, for having us today. So, good afternoon. You can just address me as Dr. JJ Chiu. I'm a chartered professional chemical engineer. So, my mission today is basically to help everyone understand whether engineering is it a worthy first degree and why you should actually consider Swinburne Sarawak for your engineering degree. So, what better way to listen about engineering a career than from an engineer, right? So there's a saying that scientists discover the world that exists while engineers create the world that never was. So scientists tends to focus on the fundamentals and their characteristic activity sides towards learning about nature and developing knowledge around this. Engineers, on the other hand, we leverage on this knowledge and we try to create new things, be it new processes, new materials, or new technology. So is it worth it to be an engineer? There's always this question. Well, nobody says that it's easy. If I'm telling you that it's easy to do an engineering degree, I'm definitely lying. But is it worth it or not? Well, that's the big question, and let me help with it. Okay, so what better way to get the answer than from an engineer, right? So first thing first, I would say that engineers are well paid. So it's a career in engineering pretty much require a very unique set of skills. So it is only right that it comes with a competitive salary, as can be seen from the charts here. Okay, so these are just some numbers that I pluck off from PayScale for Malaysia, Australia, and US. So it's a fact that university graduates with an engineering degree can earn at least 20% more than the average graduate salary. And if you go and search through Google, most educational think tanks, blogs, news portals will rate engineering as one of the top paid degree programs. So if you're looking for a good pay, comfortable life, then well, you should consider us. Then it is not a male-only profession, okay? So this particular page that I like here is from the Engineers Australia magazine cover in March 2020. So it's a very good illustration of the engineering profession and its changing demographic in the profession. Well, maybe at some point it was a male-dominant profession. Now more and more ladies are actually joining engineering colleges, and there are a lot of very successful practicing female engineers out there. So women can and should hold an engineering career. They should consider this as an exciting growing field as well. So shout out to all the young ladies and young men out there. If you have a curious mind, it doesn't matter your gender. If you love science and maths and is passionate about helping others, do consider engineering. Then next is, I'll probably say that, well, it has a pretty excellent career prospect. Well, think about it. Engineers are mostly coined with being creative thinkers, problem solvers, communicators, team players. So it's not surprising that engineers are some of the most sought after people for diverse range of jobs. So all kind of businesses recognize that engineers are people that are well educated and good at problem solving. So having such a person in a team, basically it works in most industries. Hence, it's an excellent career prospect. Then yeah, an engineering degree will give you a worldwide accepted qualification. You can travel the world with an engineering career. Engineering industries are global industries spanning from US, Asia to Europe, all around the world. So engineering projects can be from meeting customers to investigative fieldworks, all of which are important parts of many different engineering jobs. And just think about renewable energy, cybersecurity, space travels, human genetics, some other things like global warming, poverty. Those are just few things that we can easily lend our hand in. So the prospect of a fulfilling career with engineering is without borders, I would say. So engineering skills are readily transferable from one industry to another, and definitely from one country to another. If so, then you may be like, okay, I'm a little bit tempted. So what kind of engineer should I be? That's the question that most students will probably be asking when they're choosing a major. So I would say it all depends on what you like. So engineers are inventors and problem solvers of the world. So which one should you choose? Well, there are about more than 25 major disciplines with numerous subdivisions. And in Malaysia alone, Institute of Engineers Malaysia listed about 36 disciplines or branches, each with a base knowledge that can be applied in many fields. So one common aptitude, however, stand out in all of this engineering discipline is that they are teamwork. They are people that have the ability to work with people from different backgrounds, different major. So that is what makes engineering a very attractive profession, I would say. Now, then there will be this next question. So, which particular major should I consider? Now, here in Swinburne Sarawak, we offer 5 main types, which are chemical engineering, civil, electrical and electronic, mechanical engineering, and robotic and mechatronic engineer. So, being in Australian universities, then I coined this particular terms related to each of this profession. So, what does the future holds for the future engineers that like yourself who will be venturing into the field perhaps in another 5 years? So for chemical engineers, based on Engineers Australia, is they'll be looking at the chemical engineers to actually fuel innovation. So they'll be looking at this bunch of engineers to work on designing and creating things that will fuel a better future. So oil and gas will still be there, we can't deny it. However, there will be many more industries that open up to you: greener fuel, greener processes, greener innovation in materials. So you will apply your knowledge in ways that suit your interests and goals if you're looking at being a chemical engineer in the future. Civil engineers will be looking at growing our cities. You will guide the growth of the town and the city that you choose to live in. You may have the opportunity to see new types of vehicles connecting people like never before. Electrical and electronic engineers will be looking at powering the world. You'll be looking at high-powered skills. You'll look after other engineers to make all the things modern life require faster, smaller, and better for the environment. Mechanical engineers will be choosing, you can get to choose how to innovate, whether big or small, human powered or AI driven. And the machines that make the future a better place will be created by your hands. Robotic and mechatronic engineers, on the other hand, they will be making a robotic reality coming true. So you will have the opportunity to develop systems that usher in a new age of humanity. Dreams of the future become possibility of the now from the engineers that take ideas from science fiction to science fact. So these are basically the direction that Engineers Australia lay out for the future engineers who are actually looking at practicing in this area. So being in Australian universities, we echo that and we also work towards delivering all of this. Now, engineering basically sets you up for a professional success. Your entire thought process will change if you actually do an engineering degree. Some of the common things that engineers share is you will acquire logical thinking, critical analytical skills, making skills will be very much improved. You are trained to do that. You become more objective when it comes to work, and all of the skills, mind you, are actually greatly needed in the professional world in any field. So engineers tend to do better no matter which sector they choose, and they also tend to make themselves very good managers on the long run. So much so, engineering is still one of the most common undergraduate degree among the Fortune 500 CEOs. So let's say if engineering doesn't work for you, you have decided, okay, I'm not going to be an engineer. Fine, you can also join other field. Take the president of China, for example, Xi Jinping. He is actually a chemical engineer like myself. So when you understand engineering, you will see the world differently. I hope that you will consider this as a potential career prospect for your future. Now, let's have a look at Swinburne Sarawak in a glance. Well, we are the top 1.5% among the world university, and more than 95% of our graduate employability is more than 95%. That means that graduates get employed highly. They're highly competitive in the market. Then our student staff ratio is 1 to 118, which means that we are very close to our students, and then our graduates are highly sought after by the world top 100 companies. So if so, then why should you consider a Swinburne engineering degree? There are some perks to this. Azrin did share some, so I'm going to top up on that. So we do dual accreditation. That means that we offer a 4-year engineering degree, which is recognized by under Washington Accord. So graduates that leave us are eligible to apply membership with Board of Engineers Malaysia and also with Engineers Australia. Okay, so you get to have this option to actually that flexibility to practice in both countries easily. Then we have award-winning professional interaction. We offer multiple opportunities for professional development and interaction with our alumni, and also professional bodies like IEM, EA, IET. I'll explain all this abbreviation in a while. So we do that all year round, and we're very proud that we actually are award-winning student chapters here like IET, IEM. Those are all, just to name a few, which are award-winning chapters within our student here. So then we offer real-world learning. So Swinburne is actually a well-known technology university in Melbourne locally. The locals will know us that because our universities actually offer traditionally very hands-on learning opportunity. So our curriculum places a lot of emphasis on this aspect of learning. So take for example, despite the current pandemic challenges, right, we are still well prepared for both blended and virtual engineering education is because traditionally we offer that. So for us to actually swap between face-to-face and virtual or blended learning is not much of an issue. Even amidst the current pandemic, we still do virtual industry exposure modules to ensure that our students have this professional interaction ongoing. So that's among our strengths. Then, of course, there's always discounts and sponsorship which we give to our alumni if they intend to continue their postgraduate studies with us, whether it's master's or PhD. Then we offer what we call a common first year, which means that as a student, you get to experience various disciplines of engineering before you decide an area of specialization. So for the first year, all the engineering students will join the same classes, 8 units. You get to mingle with your lecturers, mingle with your friend, talk to your seniors, and decide which is the particular areas that you want to specialize. So that gives you a buffer year when you're already in university before you need to choose your specialization. So it works for a lot of people who are actually, I like this, I like that, I like both programs. So you get to choose and actually talk to these people, then you make a decision. Then we are very research active. So we provide the research active environment and we offer vast collaboration network to our students. We extend it to them. So this enables our students to actually become active participant in the production of knowledge, because while end of the day research is about synthesis of knowledge, then for most undergraduate, they are more like passive recipients of knowledge. But because we are a very research active university, we offer this opportunity for students to actually build up their ability to synthesize knowledge. So students are supported to develop their personal and professional skills, which are actually integral part to graduate level jobs, meaning that what happens is the students leave us, they will be able to better realize their ambitions and contribute fully to society and economy. Then, as Azrin has mentioned, we do offer double degree options. So for the ones who are interested to get 2 degrees in 5 years, then we have selected engineering degrees with business or ICT double degree. Okay. Now, we are very proud of our teaching team. So our engineering team has a very strong teaching team here in Swinburne Sarawak. 45 of our teaching staffs are actually PhD qualified staffs. And of this, you will notice that almost half of them are professional engineers like myself. We hold chartered engineers or international professional engineers recognition. So all these are indications that we are very connected to the field. We are still practicing engineers, not just theoretical ones. Then we also have top 2% scientists in our university, and they are teaching directly into the program. So that means that our learners get to learn from the best in the field in the global arena. And here are some examples of the professional linkages that we have closely associated with Swinburne Sarawak. So EA is Engineers Australia. Well, we are an Australian branch, so we are very closely associated with Engineers Australia. Then there's the Technological Association of Malaysia. And being in Malaysia, an Australian branch campus, we are also closely associated with the Institution of Engineers Malaysia. And for chemical engineers, then we are closely associated with the UK Institution of Chemical Engineers, then IET from UK as well, Institution of Engineering and Technology, and the American ASHRAE, the American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning, and also IEEE, the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers. So these are some of the professional linkages that we have. Like we say, we work closely with industries, and these are some examples of our industry partners, both locally and internationally, which we engage with for industrial engaged learning for our students. And we believe here in Swinburne that our education should not just be about teaching students gobbling theories. So Swinburne Engineering encourage students to actually maintain engagements and interactions. And despite pandemic, it still continues. So here are some examples of the achievements that our students actually attain despite the whole pandemic season in the past year. So learning still continues, competition still continues, the fun still goes on. And here's some profile of our alumni. So here I'm sharing the ones from chemical engineering. So this is Jason. He's currently working with a Japanese company. So he believes that the whole chemical engineering degree gave him a broader choice of career progression. And this is Peggy. She works with Johnson & Johnson. She's a process scientist, but an engineer in training. So for her, she says that Swinburne actually allows her to stand on multinational platform based on the things that we teach her and the opportunity we offer her during her undergraduate years with us. So I trust that the students coming from Regent International Schools have either O levels or they will be doing their foundation of Regents. So once you have done that and meeting the requirement of credits in AMATS or maths with 2 science subjects for O level, or you complete your foundation studies, then you will join us for engineering degree, and in 4 years time you will graduate. Or alternatively, you think that I will get 2 degrees in 5 years, then you can do the double degree options, and then you're ready for employment. Of course, if you decide that I like the whole research thing, the synthesis of knowledge, then you are always free to join us for masters and PhD. We offer that option. And for others who are thinking of doing A levels or STPM, then you will join us straight in the first year of degree. Okay, so that's about all for my presentation. If you have anything else that I may not have covered, or you feel like you want to talk further with me, then by all means just approach our friendly counselor. Okay, so some of the informations for our counseling teams are here, and feel free to ask me if you have any questions. Okay, so that's all from my end. Azrin, back to you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chiu, for the very informative sharing. All right, so now I would like to invite Mr. Francis to share his message.
Thank you, Dr. Chiu. This is Francis. Greetings from Regent International School, Sungai Petani. My name is Francis Alphonse. I'm the school principal here. Firstly, I would like to say that Regent, we are very proud to be associated with Swinburne University, both Melbourne and Kuching. And I think this is an excellent opportunity for SPM students as advantage of this opportunity to do their foundation program here. I think another thing is that this program offers convenience and also a safe home ground environment for students to complete their foundation program, especially with COVID pandemic that is currently raging in Malaysia. I think it's opportune for SPM students to do their foundation program at Regent International School for a year and then proceed on to Swinburne University, Kuching. Okay. Of late, I want to share with you, we have been in contact with the students. We have been having ongoing communication and queries from both students and parents. Of course, some of them have not heard about Swinburne, some have heard them, and then they are surprised that there is an Australian university in Malaysia. Of course, the next question is where? They asked me, when I say Kuching, I said, oh, Kuching. Okay, then some of them have not been to Kuching. I always elaborate that Kuching is a vibrant city. It's a very big city in Sarawak. It's got a very huge Chinese population there. So it's an excellent environment for students to study. Another thing for SPM students, I want to actually tell them this. Now, you see, currently the job market environment. That's why, as a student counselor for the last 15 years, I've been telling students, if you have the option, if you have the opportunity, please try and get an international degree, because it's far better than actually going the local university pathways. I've been speaking to some students. Of course, traditionally, before we had all these options, the traditional pathway was to do your STPM and go into the local universities like USM, and a lot of them go to Utah. But I've been telling the students, the reality check. We have got tens of thousands of local graduates now unemployed. Why? The reason is because nowadays the majority of global employees. In fact, I tell the students, when you graduate in 4 to 5 years' time, you belong to the community of graduates. I call them global graduates. And they are being sought after by global employers. And global employers, they tend to prefer international graduates, international degrees, like the one Swinburne is offering, the Australian degree. So I really would like to encourage students to take advantage of this option, take advantage of this opportunity, so that you actually have a better future. And also another, some companies, some multinational companies, they even pay international graduates a higher salary. in terms of promotions and all that. So what I'm telling the students is that you have got a far better future if you actually try your best to get an international degree like the one Swinburne is offering. And currently, the best option for students you now have this opportunity. You now can actually do your foundation program. Basically, Regent International School is their bridge. What bridge? This is the foundation bridge. You do your foundation here, and then you head on to the university next year. So, I think this is an excellent opportunity. SPM students should take advantage and seriously consider for your future. Okay, now please feel free, since I'm in Sungai Petani, please feel free to call me if you need more information. My mobile number is 012-387-3125. I repeat again, my handphone number is 012-387-3125. Or you can also call my office. You can actually call us at 04-442-5300. You can also call our office, our Regent International School Administration Office at 04-442-5300. With that, I'd like to thank you for having me on board. Thank you very much.
A wonderful message. All right, we actually have reached to the end of today's session. Thank you so much for attending our webinar, and thank you to Mr. Francis as well as Dr. Chiu. For your information, we are currently open for June intake. Should you need more information on this, please feel free to contact Mr. Francis or his team at 012-387-3125, or you can just walk into Regent International School, Sungai Petani, to find more information about Swinburne's Foundations program. So till then, stay safe and goodbye from us.
Thank you. Thank you very much.